battles unfold on the table, less expanse. Miniature warriors in a strategic dance. 15 millimeters of intricate design. A world conflict in a scaled down line. Terrain crafted with precision and care. Armies maneuver under watchful glare. Dice roll to decide the fate of the day. Strategies clash in a tactical display.
Hello again, everybody. This is Derek, and I'm coming back at you with another Wargaming and miniature video. In today's video, we're going to continue on with our What Have I Done series. And in this What Have I Done, I've done, well, let me back up. If you've never been to What Have I Done, what these are videos that I do whenever I finish a project for the store or for a customer for commission or something like that. Basically, for related to the store. And in today's What Have I Done, I put together a barn and some S fencing for American Civil War. This is a commission, or part of a commission, and this is a Sarissa 15 millimeter barn that comes with the Guts and Glory set. It went together fairly easily, actually. When I opened it up initially, I don't know if you can see the thickness of the wood right there, but when I opened it up originally, it felt like the wood, the MDF, was extremely thin, like 1.5 millimeters, not even 2 millimeters. I mean, it felt like very, very, very thin, which I thought was okay. But then as I was starting to put it together, I realized why they went like that. Because if you look at a wall, right, it's actually two pieces. It's the outer piece and there's an inner piece, so it's basically two layers of wood that are glued together. One of them has like the window holes, and the other one would have the window panes on the inside. Same thing with the door. You'd have a doorway and then a door. And so basically every wall is double thick, which means, plus with whatever glue you use, I used Mod Podge, but whatever glue you use will harden it up even more. So actually it came out really well, I think. Yeah, let's take a look at this model to see some of the details or what you might be able to do with it if you were gaming with it. I have some of the American Civil War figures that I'm in the middle of painting along with this commission. And I just wanted to kind of set them out front. They would normally be based on a 20 by 60 figure base. And so you could see how big that base is compared to a side of one of these models, right? And you can, or I should say this Sarissa model, right? And you could see so it's not exactly two lengths of the Epic Warlord Games Epic. This building is approximately 120 millimeters long. That's pretty good. By 100 millimeters wide with this extra add-on piece, shed or whatever you would think it would be called. Okay, so now I'm going to set these figures in front of this building, and you can kind of compare how big these 13.5 millimeter men are compared to the doorway. I think they are not too bad. I think they look okay. But you're getting them on top of a popsicle stick, which would be about the same thickness of a base. So you can kind of negate those two. But I have my figures also on top of double-sided tape, which gives it like another couple of millimeters. So without all that, they might be considered a little short. Well, which they should, because if Sarissa made this in 15 millimeter and then Warlord made these guys in 13.5, you would think they'd be just a little bit short. But it's so negligible, it would be hard to tell. I wouldn't complain. Okay, so now for this customer, when I put this together and I built it with the option of removing the roofs. So you can actually remove the barn roof here, and you can remove the overall. Well, this is called the barn, but it doesn't have a barn door anywhere. This looks more like a farmhouse to me. But you pull this off the top, this floor right here, and this floor had to be glued in place to get the entire model to be lined up and squared off and stuff like that. And you can actually see here how the frame of the house has 2 layers. If you were to look underneath, you can see that there are 2 layers of wood there, and that hardens everything up, or stiffens it up, I should say. But if you needed to put figures in the home, you'd be able to put a couple of bases. You can't really do sideways like this, but you could do maybe 2, maybe not 3, just 2 bases side by side in there. So I don't really know why anyone would want to do that. But I give you the option, not gluing the roof down. Because you could use this during other time frames, or this would actually probably work as an American War of Independence building, because it's basically just wooden slats with, a chimney and a door, and this could very easily be any Americana building, I believe. Okay, so let me show you the fencing that came with the Guts and Glory set. All right, now in the Guts and Glory, they provide you with some zigzag fencing pieces. They are, this is the Sarissa. It's included with the barn building. How do I say this? As a stickler for terrain, or being very anal, I'm going to say I don't like these fences. They go together very easily. They fit together. They look okay after you paint them. But the problem I have with them is they're all exactly the same. Okay, I can get past that. And they're all square, right? And the connector pieces, the ones that have the 3 rails, you can see it there. Those, the vertical is all square. It's all part of the fence, and the fact that they're square like this, you can see square holes, square pegs going into square holes. For simplicity, or just convenience, or to get it on the table, on a battle set, if you will. I think they're very good, right? They're very simple to put together, very easy to paint. But when I made my split rail, or not split rail, my zigzag fences, I took a wide popsicle stick, maybe one that's about 3/4 of an inch wide, and I zigzagged toothpicks, cutting off the ends of the toothpicks, or getting balsa wood in long strips, and I would cut them, and I would use Elmer's to glue them, and then I would take vertical posts, and I would glue them down in the crux of each of the curves, and I would make sure deliberately that they were not 90-degree turns, right? I made them closer to 15 to 30 degrees. So instead of being super sharp like this, they were kind of more like this. Not straight, not 90 degrees. They were more like this. And so, and it made it so that they fit on a popsicle stick. And one of the reasons why I did that was for durability, but also for uniformity. And I could put terrain on the popsicle stick, and grass and bushes, and I could glue them down, and basically make it a whole thing, right? And I would take my X-Acto knife, and I would take the boards of the planks, if you would. I would cut little pieces out of the corners of them, so they didn't go perfectly square. They had little nicks and burrs, and tried to make them a little bit more natural, right? Where these almost look artificial. And you'll notice on the ends of some of these, they have 2, right, rails, and then the other ends have 3. So if you wanted to extend your fence without setting them side by side, you could actually plug them in, right? So if I wanted to, I could take one fence and plug it into the other fence and make an extremely long fence. That's cool. There's a lot of cool things about these fences, but I don't know. It just doesn't fit my personal sensibilities. I like the split rail fence, or I keep saying split rail, but I like the zigzag fences that I did, and I did them for American War of Independence, but they could be used for Civil War or any 7 Years War, whatever. And that's really all I did, or I should say, this is all I finished this week, was the barn house. I guess it's a barn house. We'll call it that. The barn house and the fencing. And I'm in the process of painting the rest of his commission, the skirmishers, dismounted cav, and all the officers. Those are about halfway done. I expect maybe one more week, maybe less than that. and then I will have all my commissions knocked out, and then I can start jumping in on miniatures that I want to paint for the store that's going up on my eBay store, and also personally for my own personal armies. And lately I've been working on my Romans, so I'd like to get some Romans done in a reasonable amount of time. All right, well, thanks for coming out and checking out this video. Be sure to check out my eBay store, which is located right here. And be sure to check out my X. I have an X account, which every now and then I'll put a video up, or I'll post a poll, or basically just put out any like information that might affect the store or something like that would go on my X. And otherwise, if you want me to paint something for you, like if you want me to get in and do some modeling for you, paint some models, some miniatures, build some terrain, whatever you need, take a look at my price sheet, which is in the description below. All right, well, I'll catch you on the next one.